So I just wanted to take a moment to talk about what's in the news right now regarding the tourist that was visiting Puerto Rico and got shot and unalived in La Perla. First of all, condolences to the family and those affected by this situation. Obviously, no family should have to go through hearing this news and going through all these emotions and feelings. And may he rest in peace. The other side of it are the headlines. Bad Bunny fan comes to Puerto Rico and gets unalived. Like, first of all, Bad Bunny has nothing to do with this. Granted, he might have come to the island to go to the residency, but that has nothing to do with the fact of the matter or where he got unalived. Then you have La Perla, this community that has had this negative stigma for years and years and years on end. And they have fought long and hard to get rid of this negative stigma. I first went to La Perla about 10 or 11 years ago to do a documentary that was supposed to be, I was just going to go to La Perla for a few days and film a documentary. La Perla at one time was a very, very, very dangerous place. You could not enter. It was one way in, one way out, literally. And now there's actually 4 ways in and 4 ways out. Through the years, they've tried to get rid of that negative stigma. They've done so many initiatives, so many positive things. Then came the Despacito video, which kicked it into overdrive. My experience in La Perla has always been positive. From the moment I stepped in till today, 10 years later. And I'm always seeing community, art, culture, music, camaraderie. But again, I tend to focus on the positive aspect of things. I tend to share the positivity of the world because I feel like the negative is already getting enough promotion. Does that mean that there are not bad people everywhere around the world? No. Everywhere you go, from the Bronx to Paris to New York City to San Dulce to Condado to La Perla to everywhere around the world, you are going to find negative amongst the plethora of positivity. If the community is trying to change this narrative and trying to bring in tourism, because they do want to have money. There are bars down there in La Perla. There are restaurants down there in La Perla. Like, they obviously want to make money. They obviously welcome tourists down there. But one, you have to respect wherever you go. You know, you have to, what I've noticed, and this is me watching in the 10 years that I've been here, and just in the island as a whole, it's not even just La Perla. In the island as a whole, tourists will come and think they big and bad. Oh, I'm from blah 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 blah. I'm in these streets. I'm in the hood. I'm in the trenches and blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't do that shit here. You shouldn't be doing that shit anywhere. Wherever you go, you're supposed to give respect. If you want respect, you gotta give respect. If you want problems, you're gonna get the problems. If you're looking for trouble, you are going to find trouble. And then all the comments are like, oh, what was he even doing there? Da, 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 da. Granted, yes, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Maybe you shouldn't be in an area that you're not familiar with. But let's say you went there with someone you know who lives there, or you're there having a good time. Let's say you are an innocent bystander and a fight breaks out and you get hit by a stray bullet. That can happen anywhere. It's not just La Perla. It happens in the Bronx every damn day. That happens in Brooklyn every damn day. There's places around the world that people are getting hit by stray bullets innocently every day. So this is not an unheard circumstance. I'm not taking away from it happened. I don't want people to think, oh, da 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 da. What I'm trying to say is you have to be aware of your surroundings. If you're not familiar with a place you shouldn't really go. Then these headlines is so funny because for some reason I said this when Puerto Rico was in the headlines at the beginning of the Bad Bunny residency when it kicked off. There was so much positive feedback coming out of Puerto Rico, and the tourism board was putting in money into welcoming tourists and doing all these things for the tourists. Sometimes they do too much for the tourists, but that's a whole nother story. But nonetheless, all the headlines were Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico, the residency, the money, the revenue, the people, the culture, the everything. And I said, they are building this up because this positive outlook on Puerto Rico is at an all-time high. It hasn't been like this in a while. And I was like, yo, they are building this up to tear it down, because the media loves to build something up and tear it down. And I just knew it was going to be a matter of time. So something came out, and unfortunately, this is it. This is what they were waiting for. They were waiting for this. They were waiting for this to plaster it everywhere, which is why they're including Bad Bunny's name in the title, which is why they're including tourists in the title. This is all to sensationalize it, to further the propaganda, and it's rooted in a lot of things, including racism, including almost like, the little stepchild. You know how the movie goes. You know what I'm trying to say. And it's so unfortunate. And I'm trying to bring my point home, but I guess my point is to say that just respect where you go. When you're coming to Puerto Rico, respect wherever you go on the island. Be aware of your surroundings. If you're in a place that you've heard is dangerous, maybe you shouldn't be there at 4 a.m. Maybe go at 4 p.m., have a nice little time, and go home, go back to your hotel, or whatever the case may be. Don't take pictures where you don't need to take pictures. You can ask. The island is such a beautiful place to visit, to live, to experience. And I just want people to have that experience and not have to be in fear of, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't go to the island. Oh my God, this is happening. This is da 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 da. No, 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 no. Come to the island. It's a positive place. This can happen anywhere in the world. This is not something that just happens in La Perla, but it just so happens that Bunny has a residency in Puerto Rico, so they want to push this narrative and push it out. So that's why you're hearing it more, and that's why it's making it seem like it's bigger than it is. And I hate that I'm using these words, because it might seem like I'm not showing no remorse, so I don't feel bad. Like, it's fucked up. Obviously, this should not have happened. But what I'm trying to say is, you can come to Puerto Rico. You can also visit La Perla. Go during the day. There are businesses there who want your money, who need your money, who need your support. This is a community who wants to overcome that stigma. And the only way they're able to do that is by you helping in a respectful manner, along with the community doing what they have to do to present themselves in a respectful manner as well. So, with all that being said, I hope this all made sense. If it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo, it is what it is. I just wanted to get these thoughts out, because so much negativity being said, so much negativity being spread, and it's so unfortunate. Everything is unfortunate. It's unfortunate what happened. It's unfortunate with the negative headline. But with that being said, come to Puerto Rico. Have a great time. Enjoy the residency. Enjoy the island. Enjoy the beaches. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the people. The people are very welcoming, and they will welcome you. So, ven pa Puerto Rico, ya. No jode.